Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, I'm Mark. This is CCFG Garage. My apologies for being away. I had some stuff that I had to take care of, and it took a little longer than I had expected. But we're back, and we got some important things that we want to go over with you today. We're following a few things, and they're pretty important. The whole Onstar thing with older cars, if you have an older GM car or Camaro or whatnot, we're going to get into that. The 2023 production end date, and they had some low interest financing in November. They've carried on to December. That I know that some people had said that they were interested in that, so we're going to go through that. So let's get started. So when will the 2023 Camaro, when will the last 2023 Camaro be built? Well, the cycle, for some of you know, is they stopped taking orders in June, and then they stopped building that model year in August. Well, August 3rd will be the last day of the 2023 calendar year for Camaro on a 2023 model. They'll stop taking orders in June. And then, the important part is, and I thought it was going to come this year, was, they're saying, GM Authority is saying that, the 2024 model year will sunset, the Camaro will sunset after the 2024 model year, which, I think the GM Authority probably has more resources than most of us do, but nobody, including at GM, has confirmed or denied yet that this car will end in 2024. The exciting part is, and we thought that we'd see it this year, is GM Authority is saying that, the 2024 model year will likely include exterior and interior upgrades. Well, I thought that was going to happen this year, because to do it for 1 year, it's a lot of money to do an exterior upgrade, and to do it for 1 year seems like a lot. But my hopes is that because the Camaro sales have been so good for over the last 12 months, we could see this go maybe beyond 24, which is my hope. Again, I don't know anything like anybody else does, but if the interior and exterior upgrades come and it goes beyond 24, well, for GM, then it's worth it, right? But or I guess they just do it as a 24 farewell package, like GM Authority has been saying all along, and we'll see what happens, right? So the other part of this is the low interest financing for December. It was on in November, and it looks like it's gotten a little bit better in December. Just going over this article here. December finance offer on 2023 Camaro, 4.9% financing up to 60 months, and you got to go through GM Financial, which I think, in my opinion, is better than going through some of the banks. At least up here it is. If you want to lease it and you want to keep it for 2 years, well, it seems like a pretty good deal to me. $269 a month for 24 months. It's got a 10,000 mile allowance per year, so not crazy, right? And that includes up to models LT1. So if you want to get into a V8, this is a pretty good deal, right? So want to make you aware of those, and we'll carry on to the next. Before we get to the Onstar article, I just want to give a shout out to Scott at Long Island Camaro Club. Thank you, Scott. He had commented on our interview with Scott Sonnemeyer, the collaboration we did months ago. And we have a lot of Camaro and Firebird owners that are supporters and subscribers of this channel. And I don't know, I think some of them are new owners, and I don't know how many of them belong to Camaro and Firebird groups. And why it's important is, when I first got into this over 20 years ago, being part of, the side of the politics of the group, of a Camaro club or a Firebird group or whatever, you get to learn a lot of important things about, the car that you own or whatever. And there was a lot of stuff I didn't know, and a lot of stuff that I got to know. So the guys at Long Island Camaro Club are really great. Like I said, most of us have all, communicated with each other at some point where we're very supportive of each other, and so we'll put the link in the description for the guys at Long Island Camaro Club. But I just wanted to say thanks, Scott, for reaching out. And I know that not everybody's into these subscriber comments, but I feel they're important for you guys to let you guys know that I am paying attention, and it's just my way of saying thank you. So I saved this for last because this popped up on one of my GM Authority feeds last week, and that was that Onstar had recently announced that older GM vehicles will no longer be compatible on their system, right? And I was pretty surprised at how, the model years that were affected, right? So effective through, just reading the article here, effective through November, December, the 2014 model year and older GM vehicles, as well as select 2015 model years, will lose access to OnStar. This is all due to the 2G system they work on as they upgrade into 4 and 5G, right? OnStar has been a big bone of contention of mine for years because you can have 5 friends that would phone OnStar and get 5 different prices. As handy as it is, to get directions and connections or whatever, and get roadside assistance and all of that, you got 5 different prices from 5 different friends, right? So, just reading through the article here, that the reason has to do with the cell network. You can still get OnStar support, but now you have to phone a number instead of hitting the button, right, on your mirror. So, yeah, pretty surprised about this one. I thought that GM would find a way to make this work, and if so, if you have a Camaro or any GM product that's 2014 and older, or 2015 and older, that OnStar button is not going to work for much longer. So, kind of surprised by it, but again, how many of us really use OnStar, right? So, and I think it's, GM's way of trying to push us all into newer vehicles and whatnot. And, now they'll be like, well, you don't have OnStar support on an older vehicle. That's why you need to get into a new one. Well, I don't know if it's really the tactic that I would use to try and sell new cars, but obviously GM knows more than I do. We hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. We really appreciate the support.